So healthy that they are able to attend school. Because the problem is, if you have malaria, it may be that you don't die from your malaria. And lots of children here won't die from malaria, they just have malaria, but they'll miss lots of school because of that. So it's not just the health issues that affect children, it's the fact that they can't then attend school. And my favourite graph, and it takes a geeky medical person to say that, I understand that, is a graph showing the chances of your child surviving as a woman next to whether you as the mother attended school or not. And that's one of the most powerful relationships, is that if you are a girl who did not go to school, the chances of your baby dying are about 2 or 3 times higher than a girl who went to school. So some of this is about the children that you're seeing here now, and some of it is about something, as we were talking about in the bus, slightly harder to explain, which is about their life chances and the chances of their children being healthy. So that's really important, and hopefully you kind of start to understand that. And that's what the Health Start programme is about. It's about targeting a range of health issues that face children, addressing those within the school environment, and allowing that package of care, that sort of holistic way of looking after children, to improve their health and their educational outcomes. And we've been measuring those outcomes. Owen and I are sort of very irritating in that respect, but the whole KOP team are kind of obsessed with data. Does this work? Because if it doesn't, we shouldn't be doing it. And I won't say anything more about data because it's a bit boring. And that's about all I've got to say from my point of view about Health Start. I'll just hand over to Thomas to...
Yeah, so just to follow on from that, I just want to emphasise how unique this is. There are lots of big charity players who deliver services, but the idea of bringing them together, bizarrely, is original, is innovative. It seems strange to think of it that way. There are lots that deliver just water, just malaria nets, that sort of thing, but Health Start is, as far as I'm aware, the only one that's trying to do that in one package, and that's amazing.
You're aware, correct. The World Health Organisation's not doing this, Save the Children are not doing this. You know, really it's not being done to scale anywhere that we know of.
And that's because it's hard. It's hard to measure. There are lots of things that you can't capture as easily as if you're delivering one well. You tell everyone you've delivered a well. The other thing is how it works. So we work very, very closely with the OGRA partners. There is also the community here at the school, the teachers, and also a committee of community members, which are families, grandparents, aunties, who come together and help us deliver the services. And there is a small, in school there's a small Health Start team, so there's a coordinator who comes out. There are 2 teachers from within the school who are selected and trained as Health Start teachers, and they work with the community group to deliver the services throughout the year, and they will receive the malaria nets, the deworming, but with that will come education around how to use them, education of even the parents and family members of how to use them, a whole series of different classes of education throughout the year that they then go on to learn, covering the whole package. And that's how it's delivered here in the schools. But it's just an amazing thing. I really hope that you enjoy walking around and meet lots of the children. So there's 2 schools at the moment in the pilot programme. There's this one, Rabour, and there's one on Bay. Here I believe there's 1,200 children, is that right? Yeah, here at Rabour. And on Bay there's another 800, 900. Yeah, 960. So those children have had this for the pilot programme, which has, once again, I can't emphasise this enough, has been supported from the very, very initial concept on the cycle ride 4 years ago by Festival Republic. Made it happen to this point. It's in its 2.5 years into its pilot programme. We're capturing that data and we'll be analysing it and looking to see how we can scale it up, how we can make it more efficient, how we can deliver it to more children. But we really need to get the last year's data in to really truly know which of the bits that are working really well, which need to change. Yeah, I just really hope you enjoy the project. If you have any questions, we're all here. So any of the trustees, myself, the staff, Marty and Kim, can answer any of your questions, as well as the OGRA partners and anyone else you want to ask. I don't know if there's anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. The project partners and the school staff will, I'm sure, want to and will be shortly introducing themselves. But it would be amiss of us not to introduce Charles, who's the headmaster. Where are you, Charles?
I'm here.
You met him yesterday. But this is Charles's gig, and obviously we're lucky to have the OGRA partners with us as well. It's slightly sentimental, but just as I was stood there listening, I just tell you a small anecdote. So, right before this programme started, years ago actually. We sat down with a few children at Alendu School, one of the other schools that, in fact, Festival Public were also involved with working KOP in supporting. And we talked to some children who said the biggest problem that they were facing was that they would wake up in the morning, would not get breakfast, would then come to school, would not get lunch, and would then go home and were kind of just holding on for that evening meal. And that's a problem, right? I mean, least of all because it has issues about your nutrition, and over time you become chronically malnourished. But I found it pretty difficult to concentrate in school on a full stomach all day. So imagine how easy it is to concentrate on what's going on around you. So you can't perform, your school performance goes down, maybe you don't even go to school because you're too hungry. And so the feeding component of what goes on here is just one of the programme components, but it's a really important one. And you will, and I say that partly just to prepare you, you'll hear people talk about it as the feeding programme because it's so at the front of people's minds. Am I right, Charles?
That's true.
Yeah. So, but just remember, when people talk about the feeding programme, they are essentially talking about the whole of the Health Start programme. It's just that the meals are such a strong part of everybody's daily lives. Anyway, we will hand over to the Ogra Foundation, Charles and the school team, and we'll leave us in their capable hands for the visit.
Thank you, Nyango. I think they can hear me. First of all, allow me to humbly say, welcome to Rabour. It's a privilege, it's an honor. We have never had it before. This entire white team standing here, it had never happened. So thank you very much for coming. We are in, as you are told, we are in vocational, and so most of our students are out. But we have a few with us. Some parents are also here. I'm happy education officer is also here. Agriculture officer is here. That is, our partners are here.
The government education,
the government education office are here. So, because of time and because Onyango, because you are a Luo, you are aware that anytime you are expecting a visit and there is rain, there's a blessing, and whatever you wanted to do is already done. So as Rabour, we knew your journey all the way from UK through Uganda to this place is already successful. And you have accomplished the mission. That's why we have the interest. Quickly, we are moving to that place where we have just arranged so that we move on with the program, so that we don't delay anymore. Can we move there?
Yeah.